come to the judgment का last वाला point, like I actually don't understood that. यहाँ पे Varadarajan is actually encouraging her so that she should not return back to his uncle house, and that is the only reason he is taking her to other different places so that वो चाहकर भी जा ना सके. This is the first thing I didn't understood, and second thing is that since the girl is below 18, so can the restraint of child marriage act will come into picture? Like a girl marrying below age of 18 is not supposed to marry. Can that be taken into consideration?
ऑब्वियस ऑब्वियस, वो तो, अरे उससे कैसे बचेंगे सर, उससे थोड़ी ना बचेंगे, वो तो ऑफेंस है, वो तो कमिट किया, वरदराजन पकड़ा जाएगा, राइट?
ओके
उधर उसके अगर वॉलंटरली विद द कंसेंट ऑफ गार्डियन हो रहा है तो गार्डियन को भी पनिश किया जाएगा, उसका तो कोई एक्सक्यूज नहीं है ना सर. बट एज पर योर मेन क्वेश्चन कि
यस सर,
यहाँ पे जो कस्टडी, आई एम अगेन यू नो द सुप्रीम कोर्ट राइट टू क्लियर द डेफिनेशन ऑफ टेकिंग. आप टेकिंग कब बोलोगे, राइट? अब इस पर्टिकुलर केस में टेकिंग इसलिए नहीं आई, ना ही इंड्यूसिंग, ना ही एंटाइसिंग आई, बिकॉज एक्यूज्ड का यहाँ पे ओके यू सेइंग कि उसने बोला कि नॉट टू रिटर्न टू हर गार्डियन हाउस. अगर उसने बोला इज इट अमाउंट टू एनी काइंड ऑफ एंटाइसिंग?
हाँ सर, ये हम लोग एंटाइसी ले सकते हैं कि लाइक
हाउ
वो लड़की को जन्नत दिखा रहा है तो उसको हनीमून के लिए वो यहाँ वहाँ घुमा रहा है, तो लाइक
नो 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 सर, नो नो नो. देन यू विल से कि आई विल टेक यू टू स्विट्जरलैंड, आई विल टेक यू टू द मुंबई, आई विल टेक यू टू द चेन्नई इन अ सच प्लेस, देन दैट विल अमाउंट टू एंटाइसिंग, बट नॉट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइन कि तू अपने घर वापस मत जा. नो, दिस इज नॉट एंटाइसिंग.
सर यहाँ पर भी तो घुमा ही रहे हैं ना, ही इज टेकिंग हिम टू डिफरेंट प्लेसेस टू सी इंडिया, लाइक
नो नो, अरे सर, शी लेफ्ट द कस्टडी. जब उसने कस्टडी छोड़ दी देन फिर वो रोल कहाँ रहा आपका किडनैपिंग का? एक किडनैपिंग के इसेंशियल इंग्रेडिएंट कहाँ सेटिस्फाई होते हैं फिर?
ओके ओके,
जब वो कस्टडी छोड़ गई ना सर, व्हेन शी लेफ्ट द कस्टडी voluntarily by himself, then there is no question of you know कि कंसेंट की या उसने वरदराजन ने आपका उसकी जो लॉफुल कस्टडी से उसको बाय टेकिंग या बाय एंटाइसिंग लेके गया. नो, राइट? जब उसने खुद छोड़ दी कस्टडी तो फिर वहां पे किडनैपिंग की थी, कोई बात ही नहीं बनती. इफ ही इंड्यूस, जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया कि उसने उसके माइंड में, लड़की के माइंड में कुछ ऐसा क्रिएट कर दिया कि शी विल लाइफ, कि वो लेविश लाइफ जी सके, तो उस तरह की कुछ अगर उसने एड किया तो देन यू कैन से कि हाँ देयर इज एंटाइसिंग. अदरवाइज इट्स नॉट अमाउंट टू एंटाइसिंग, स्पेशली दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइन कि encouraged her not to return her guardian house.
yes sir, understood sir.
Okay, now the punishment for the kidnapping. Even though you guys have any question, please go through more cases जो आपके books में हैं, तो then it will make you more clear, right? Basically जब voluntarily आपकी,
Sir,
हाँ,
in the same case, if the girl was a minor and if the father places a false complaint that she was kidnapped, then what would be the judgment then?
मैम जजमेंट में यही तो डिसाइड हुआ.
No, if the girl is a major, then
Okay, then it will come to the abduction.
okay.
No, no, no,
Okay.
no. I'm asking you.
Okay, you're asking me.
हाँ, it will come under abduction.
Maybe.
No, madam, no. When she voluntarily consented, when she
But if the father files a false complaint against it,
when
then
you are a major, you are above the 18 year of age, then you can marry anyone जो आपको पसंद आए, राइट, देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन,
okay, yeah, yeah,
राइट, तब तो फिर कोई पनिशमेंट ही
okay,
नहीं.
sir.
Punishment for the kidnapping.
Okay.
Section 363 of the Indian Penal Code lays down the punishment. See, what are the punishment? Imprisonment of either discretion, which can extend up to the 7 years, and fine at the discretion of the court. Imprisonment of either term means either of the two imprisonment prescribed in the Indian Penal Code. या तो simple आएगी, right? This means that during the imprisonment, the prison is idle and is not required to do any hard labor. Rigorous imprisonment का mean, this means that during the imprisonment the prisoner must engage in hard labor, right? तो कई बार ये क्वेश्चन भी पूछ लिया जाता है आपका मेंस एग्जाम में शॉर्ट नोट्स में, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द सिंपल imprisonment and rigorous imprisonment, right? Now, before we move the forward, it is important to mention an exception laid down in the case of the, oh shit, just a second. Okay, Chandrakala Menon and another versus Bipan Menon. In this case, the appellant Chandrakala was married to the Bipan Menon. They both were
Sir,
set.
even,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
even if the kidnapping is for the sake of ransom money, so will that amount to kidnapping punishment? The same it is 7 years.
No, sir. There is a separate offense has been
Okay,
mentioned.
okay.
वो इसके इसका आगे से आगे भी आगे आप पढ़ोगे जब एग्रावेटेड फॉर्म बोलते हैं उसको, तो उसमें आपका आएगा. इसके लिए तो सेपरेट है, आप डेथ के लिए करते हो, देयर इज सो मेनी ऑप्शन हैज बीन देयर. The basic content, you know, the basic base root which I have to make you understand, that is your kidnapping. Kidnapping, basically kidnapping from the lawful guardianship, right? They both were settled in the United States and were employed. They had a child who was sent to India to live with her maternal grandparents. Unfortunately, differences arose between them and they decided to get separated. While Bipan Menon filed an application for his daughter's custody, the child continued to live with her maternal grandparents. One day, while the custody application was still to be decided upon, Bipan Menon took his daughter away with him to different state. Now tell me, is it amount to kidnapping?
No, sir.
Why?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, yeah, because the father here is the legitimate father of the child. Even if the custody has to be decided yet, he has right over that child because she was her legitimate child born out of a legal wedding.
Okay, Najib say yes. Why?
Sir, because as per the custody, like as per the marriage act, when a girl, whomsoever, like girl or boy, if it is at the below the age of 7, then the mother is the sole person, and if it is above 7, then father can take the custody.
No. This thing has been overruled, sir. It's a RBI judgment, I think. उसमें आपका mother father both are a legal guardian. There is no question regarding the age.
यहाँ पर sir it is separation. Even if there is separation, the 7 years the woman is supposed to take the
it's not
custody of
7
the
years.
child.
It's 5 years, sir. जब 5 साल की बात जब आपकी बच्चों की बात आती है और हस्बैंड और वाइफ अलग हो रहे होते हैं, तो देन 5 साल तक जो बच्चों की जो कस्टडी है, एज पर द जजमेंट, दैट टू बी विद मदर up to 5 years, sir. Now the
But since यहाँ पे,
yes,
but
sir.
since sir यहाँ पे mention नहीं है like what was the age of that child.
That's
So,
why
like,
I told
it is
you.
my
That's why I told you, sir.
It is my presumption that like girl might be the daughter might be the below the age of 5, and that is the reason it is considered to be kidnapping, like taking away from the lawful guardian. Like mother being the lawful guardian, so like he is taking away.
No, sir. इसके लिए हमको गार्डियनशिप एक्ट की डेफिनेशन में जाना पड़ेगा कि who is the guardian.
हाँ जी.
है ना? The guardian, but in this particular case, Bipan Menon was the natural guardian of the child. Mother, father are the natural guardians, sir. There is no issue.
Yes, sir, the child is legitimate, no? Both natural guardian.
Basically to mother के साथ इसलिए because lots of things like feeding to child, वो मदर ही कर सकती है. दैट्स वाई कोर्ट ने ये बोला कि 5 साल तक मदर के साथ रहेगी. अदरवाइज नो इश्यू विद फादर आल्सो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. नाउ द abduction. Section 362 of the Indian Penal Code define the abduction. It says that if a person compels another person to go from one place or induces some person to go from one place, then the offense of the abduction is committed. The abduction is an offense in which the person is moved from one place against his her will, mean उसकी इच्छा नहीं है. देर इज ए नो कंसेंट, absence of a consent, और बाय फोर्सफुल कंपल्शन. नाउ यू गाइस टेल मी, क्या हमने किडनैपिंग में ये पढ़ा कि वहां पे फोर्स यूज हुई है? इज देयर एनी? यस नजीब.
Yes, no, sir. Sir, in case of kidnapping, there is no force. In case of kidnapping, the main crux is it is to be taken away or enticing is there.
यस सर. हाँ जी. वो यार बल्ले टू ये तुस्ता कौन लरा चलांदा? ठीक है ठीक है. हैं? So that's why this is the main difference. In abduction there is a force, right? And force compulsion or by for the deceitful means, right? वहाँ पे पर्पस को तो डिफाइन ही नहीं है, राइट? किडनैपिंग में ऐसा कुछ नहीं बोला कि डिसीटफुल मीन्स, राइट? जस्ट देयर इज एसेंशियल इंग्रेडिएंट ऑफ क्या, कि आपने एंटाइस किया हो, आपने टेक अवे किया हो, कहाँ से? लॉफुल गार्डियनशिप से, राइट? देन दैट इज योर किडनैपिंग. बट इन दिस केस देर इज वन मोर थिंग. एबडक्शन में आपका देर इज ए नो कंसिडरेशन ऑफ किसकी एज की. अ माइनर कैन बी एबडक्टेड, राइट? क्लियरली द एसेंशियल ऑफ द एबडक्शन आर like this: using force or using deceitful means, take away the person from a particular place, that is amount to abduction. See, B slaps and hurts A and tells her that if she would not live with him, he would kill her. In this case, B commits the offense of abduction because he used the force. And for what purpose? For deceitful purpose, कि वो मेरे साथ रहे. और कैसे? what are the essential which is satisfying here? That against her will, right? Here A is the person abducted and B is the criminal, threatening A to kill her and slapping and hurting her amounts to use of a force, right? And taking her away from her house established the essential of taking a person away from a particular place, right? Such kind of a thing is come under the abduction. Let us understand these essential in little in depth. First is your okay, everybody is there, I think. Bala. Okay. Section 362 says that abduction can happen in a two ways. One of these is a force, right? In abduction, a person is forced to go from one place to another against his her will. Mean to say, see, if I मैंने किसी लड़की को प्रपोज किया and she refused, and then मैंने अपनी गाड़ी लाई, अपने थोड़े से दोस्तों को लाया and forcefully उसको मतलब जिस पर्टिकुलर गर्ल को मैंने प्रपोज किया था उसको अपनी गाड़ी में घसीट के अपने साथ बिठा के ले गया. Is it amount to abduction or kidnapping?
Abduction, sir.
Why?
So because the force is being applied.
Yes, and the second thing is what? I took away
against the wish, against the will.
Against the will, right? And मैंने उसको क्या किया, जहां वो जा रही थी उस जगह से मतलब उसको किसी और प्लेस ले गया. इसमें दिस इज आल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट कि जिस प्लेस में वो जा रही हो वहां से उसको डेविएट करके किसी और प्लेस में ले जाना. प्लेस में किसी अपने, जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि जो ये एबडक्टर होते हैं किडनैपर होते हैं, जहाँ पे इनके अड्डे होते हैं वहाँ पे ले गए. द यूज ऑफ अ फोर्स as mentioned in this section must be actual and not just a threat of a force to constitute abduction. In the reference we can look state of West Bengal versus Mir Mohammed Omar. What happened? The victim Mahesh Kumar Agarwal was doing a small business in Calcutta. The accused Mir Mohammed Omar and Sajid Ali wanted him to pay 50,000 for allowing him to do his business without any hindrance or obstruction. Right? मतलब some kind of फिरौती, but Mahesh did not agree to their demand, which led to a fight. A few nights later, when Mahesh returned to his house, his sister told him that a few assailants had come before looking for him and were threatening to hurt him. Scared, Mahesh left to take asylum at his friend's house for night. Just an hour after he had been at his friend's place, a man came to tell Mahesh that Omar is waiting outside for him. Mahesh went out and Omar asked him to accompany him. But Mahesh disagreed. Thereafter, Omar forcefully, first essential ingredient आपका satisfy हो गया, took Mahesh to the rickshaw, but Mahesh escaped and went to the neighbor house where he took asylum. At around 2:30, the accused entered Mahesh's room and dragged him out. Dragged, what is the meaning of the drag? Against his will. Right? He resisted but was beaten by a lathi, use of force, and taken away. Mean, एक place से दूसरे place को ले गए. His neighbor went and lodged a police complaint that very night. Now, I think you guys have an idea what is it. The court held that there is enough evidence to show that the Mace was abducted. Right? It's quite obvious it is abduction. It was said that abduction takes place when a person is compelled by force to go from a place. This is the important essential which we have to keep in our mind कि वहाँ पे compelling होनी चाहिए by force. In this case, Mahesh has taken away from two places. First from his friend's place when he escaped, and second from the neighbor place. In the both instances, force was used, hence the accused were held liable. Right? Now, what is the meaning of the deceitful mean? According to the section 362, the other way abduction can take place is by inducing someone to go from some place by misleading him, her to do something he would not normally do. The scope of inducement here is very wide. Deceitful mean cheat karna. Very good illustration is here. A is a man who wear the uniform of police officer to convince a girl कि अरे मैं तो पुलिस में हूँ. B to come to his house with him, and because of his misrepresentation, this is the word, misrepresentation, she goes with him. In this case, A uses a word. Deceitful means to commit the offense of abduction. Right? This is your what? Deceitful means. Let's took a case law, understand the abduction through the deceitful means. To go from any place.
Sir, in this case,
I think I have.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in this case, like the way you highlighted the word misrepresentation. Yes, second line, sir.
This one.
Because of his misrepresentation. Sir, here can we take misappropriation offense of IPC into consideration?
No, sir. Misappropriation is a different thing. Misappropriation means I found something on the road and I misappropriated for my own use. That is misappropriation. Misrepresentation is very different, sir. आपको कुछ मिला रोड में, राइट? आपको पता था कि अगले वाले की जेब से गिरा. You have a knowledge, बट आपने फिर भी उस बटुए जो आपको क्या बोलते हैं उसको, वॉलेट मिला, वॉलेट से कोई पैसे निकाले, अपने यूज कर दिए. दैट इज यू मिसअप्रोप्रिएटेड. इट्स बट इट हाउ इट यू कैन से इज मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन. मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन हुआ, यू आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग समथिंग जो है ही नहीं. राइट? इसमें क्या हुआ था, पुलिस ऑफिसर जो था ही नहीं, उसको वो बोल रहा था कि आई एम अ पुलिस ऑफिसर. राइट?
सर, यहाँ पे हम लोग चीटिंग.
Yes, that can be.
Criminal breach of trust.
Breach of trust. No. Breach of trust is also a different thing, sir.
Because he trusted that policeman. So like, ये policeman है, he is a public servant. Like he will save me, and that was वो धोखा होगा इसको से, like to the breach of trust.
In any manner, but वहाँ पे deceitful होना चाहिए. That's it. उसको मिसपरसेप्शन हो जानी चाहिए, बस, दैट्स इट. The main important word is, I think, I have not highlighted. See, she would not normally do. This is the crux line. कि अगर मुझे पता होता तो मैं ये नहीं करता. अगर उसको पता होता इन नेचुरली कि वो पुलिसमैन नहीं है तो उसके साथ नहीं जाती. राइट? व्हाट डज इट मीन? कि वहां पे आपका चाहे आप चीटिंग से करो, चाहे मिस रिप्रेजेंटेशन से करो, बट अगर उसको पता होता तो वो नहीं करती जो वो कर रही है. राइट? देन इट विल बी कम अंडर द डिसीटफुल मीन्स. नाउ क्लियर? Now, to go from any place, actually I have missed the cases for the deceitful. For abduction to be completed, it is essential that the person is compelled to go from one place to some other place, either forcefully or by using deceitful means. It can be called abduction if the person is not taken to some place. See, very important thing has been said. Said that person is not taken to some place, then that is not amount to abduction. Now let's discuss the important judgment. Vishwanath versus State of Uttar Pradesh. It was held that mere abduction is no offence at all. The guilty and wrongful intention must be present for the offence to punishable. Right? Mean to say there must be wrongful intention. Otherwise, there is no question of abduction. For this very reason, IPC provides for a different punishment for abduction with a different intention, like abduction for kidnapping is punishable in 363A with imprisonment up to 10 years, abduction with intention of a murder. राइट? ये अब इसके बाद आपका शुरू होगा. यू जस्ट गो थ्रू द बेयर एक्ट. तो अगर इस पर्पस के लिए वो करेंगे तो देन इट विल बी व्हाट, देन उसके लिए लार्जर आपकी क्या पनिशमेंट होगी. नाउ द बेसिक डिफरेंट इन दोनों को पढ़ के बाय इफ यू गाइज एबल टू मेक अ डिफरेंशिएशन बिटवीन किडनैपिंग एंड अबडक्शन, देन आपको बहुत अच्छा आइडिया हो जाएगा कि व्हाट इज किडनैपिंग एंड व्हाट इज अबडक्शन. सी, as per the law, section 359, 361, these are nothing simple provision कि कहाँ पे आपका मेंशन करके रखा हुआ है. द मेन इंपॉर्टेंट इज दिस, एज ऑफ द विक्टिम. In kidnapping, there is a age of the victim. If there is a boy, then it is less than 16 year. If there is a female, then it is 18 year, right? And in case of abduction, there is ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Abduction किसी की भी हो सकती है. There is no provision which puts a bar on the age of the person abducted, since being a minor is not essential to constitute the offense. क्या मीनिंग हुआ इसका? Anybody? Najib, Padmaja, Pranali, anyone?
Or if anyone is taking any minor against his will, forcefully or decidefully, that will also amount to abduction as per this line.
Yes, there is no bar.
So there is no age limit for this offense.
Yes.
As such, there is age limit for kidnapping, that is minor, that is 16 years of age.
Absolutely.
But for abduction, there is no as such age limit.
But essential must be satisfied, then it may be abduction. Now, means in kidnapping, the person is taken away or enticed. The means of doing this is irrelevant to constitute the crime. Right? Mean to say कि किस पर्पस के लिए किया ये रेलेवेंस नहीं करता. बट आपने एक बार लॉफुल गार्डियन से बच्चे को उठा के लेके गए तो देन इट इज योर किडनैपिंग. राइट? इन अबडक्शन, फोर्स, डिसीटफुल और कंपल्शन इज यूज टू टेक अ पर्सन फ्रॉम अ प्लेस. वहां पे मूवमेंट होनी चाहिए, वन प्लेस टू अनदर प्लेस. रिमूवल फ्रॉम द लॉफुल गार्डियनशिप, राइट, एज पर द डेफिनेशन की वहां पे रिमूवल होना चाहिए. But in abduction, there is no concept of taking a person away from his her lawful guardian, right? वहाँ पे guardianship का कुछ नहीं है. अगर कोई लड़की आपकी कहीं, जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल लिया कि मैंने जिस लड़की को प्रपोज किया था उसने मना किया, मैंने बीच रोड से उठाया ले गया, that will be amounts to what? Abduction, चाहे वो minor हो. Right? Now, consent of the victim. In case of इसमें kidnapping में immaterial, and in case the person abducted gives her consent, it is considered that there is no offense. मेरे से क्वेश्चन पूछा था अभी किसी ने, तो this is your answer, right? Oh, sorry. Now Continuity of the offense, kidnapping is not a continuing offense. This is the answer of Najib. Najib, are you there?
Yes sir, yes sir.
This is the answer. Kidnapping is not a continuing offense. वरदराजन के केस में क्या था? The moment she left the guardianship voluntarily, तो उसके बाद तो फिर कोई offense kidnapping का कोई रोल ही नहीं बनता, right?
Okay.
That's why यहाँ पे क्या लिख के रखा? Kidnapping is not a continuing offense. Abduction is a continuing offense because it does not end when a person is moved from a particular place. Rather, continue their every movement from one place to another. Right? Basically, ये जो है ना आपका ये जो continuing offense है, it decide the jurisdiction of the court. कि किस कोर्ट में कोर्ट को jurisdiction है. जो जब continue offense होते हैं तो in this case जहाँ 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 आपका वो accused जाता है वहाँ वहाँ के कोर्ट की क्या बनती है? जुरिस्डिक्शन बनती जाती है, राइट? ये सीआरपीसी में जब पढ़ेंगे तो वहाँ पे आपका क्लियरली आपको समझ आएगा कि कंटिन्यूइंग ऑफेंस के कैसे आप कोर्ट जो है अपनी जुरिस्डिक्शन आपकी डिसाइड करता है. कंप्लीशन ऑफ द ऑफेंस इज कंप्लीटेड एज सून एज द पर्सन इज टेकन अवे फ्रॉम द कंट्री और इज हर लॉफुल गार्डियनशिप. इट इज कंटिन्यूइंग ऑफेंस एंड इन्वॉल्व्स forcibly or deceitfully taking a person from one place to another.
Sir, एक question है on this point.
बोलिए सर, बोलिए.
Like for example, I am staying in Mumbai, and suppose for example from Mumbai one minor got kidnapped और किडनैप होकर उसको लेके चले गए समझो हिमाचल प्रदेश फॉर एग्जाम्पल.
ओके.
अभी उसका अगर अभी केस कहाँ बनेगा? ये मुंबई में बनेगा कि हिमाचल प्रदेश में बनेगा?
किडनैपिंग
कहाँ?
हाँ, कहाँ पे हुई किडनैपिंग?
Bombay. That is Mumbai.
Absolutely, that is Mumbai. The point is very simple, sir. कि इसका किडनैपिंग इज नॉट अ कंटिन्यूइंग ऑफेंस. तो आपका जहाँ पे कमिट हुआ है उसी कोर्ट की जुरिस्डिक्शन बनेगी, राइट? बट इफ देयर इज एबडक्शन देन हिमाचल के जिस ट्रायल कोर्ट में इस वो फाइंड आउट होंगे एक्यूज, उस कोर्ट की भी जुरिस्डिक्शन बन जाएगी, राइट नाजिब?
Okay, okay.
Okay, guys, this is all for kidnapping and abduction. And even though if you have any question, just go through the various cases in your book, because एक लेक्चर में समझना दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग, बट जब खुद पढ़ोगे आप, जब आप खुद एनालाइज करोगे, देन आप मोर क्लियर होगे रिगार्डिंग द पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन, राइट? तो दैट्स वाई जितने ज़्यादा केस हो सके, जितनी ज़्यादा इलस्ट्रेशन हो सके, उसको ट्राई टू सॉल्व, राइट? then you will have a good command on penal laws. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me more 20 minutes ज़्यादा stay करने के लिए, all of you.
नहीं sir, we actually enjoy sir.
Oh, that's great sir. It's my pleasure.
Yes sir, yes sir. वो कभी पता ही नहीं चलता कि 6 का 6:20 कब हुआ, 6:30 कब हुआ. It goes on like.
Today one of the major student has been missed, Nishit.
Yeah sir, I have messaged him, so like he is busy with some of the important work, so like that is the reason he didn't join.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you everyone.
him around 5:10.
Okay, thank you Akshay, Diti Priya, Najib, Padmaja, Pranali Chavan, Samauli. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you sir, thank you very much for
Thank you,
coming.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, Aditi, it's up
Thank
to
you,
you.
sir. Yes.